Hey, Bobby. Coach Carroll was talking to us about the accountability meeting that Ken had with you guys. Can you explain a little bit more about what that meeting entailed and how that impacted the defense?
It was just a meeting where Coach kind of just went around the room. Coach Norton went around the room and asked everybody their assignment on a specific play, and everybody kind of went through different details that we learned during the week about any play that Coach Norton called out, from the D line to the linebackers to the DBs to second string to just kind of across the board, and everybody just kind of talked about what they had, the assignments, what they can expect from them during the game, and yeah.
Thanks. And then, sorry, just looking ahead to the Eagles, their running game and Miles Sanders, what have you seen from them and how Carson Wentz kind of factors into that?
Yeah, they do a lot of RPOs. They do a lot of they got a lot of different backs. But Miles definitely, if you let him hit the hole pretty fast, he can break one pretty easy. So we just got to make sure we gap sound and come downhill, and we'll be fine.
Jen?
Bobby, there's been talk of how Philly has changed their offense a little bit to give Carson Wentz, I don't know, an advantage, I suppose. You faced them a couple of times last year. How different does that offense look, or maybe how similar is it to what you're used to?
I wouldn't say the differences that they have made are drastic or anything different than what they've done. Maybe just run some more of their plays that they maybe went away from last year. But a lot of the stuff we've seen before, they do a lot of different gap schemes, run schemes. So that's different. They run a lot more traps, a lot more, things of that nature that kind of questions make you really have to be on your fits. And so that's what I would say the biggest difference is. But it's all stuff we've seen before.
Well, and probably seen this year, right? I mean, it's nothing that you haven't experienced. It's so far off of some of these other run schemes that you faced, right?
Yeah, it's not anything, it's not anything crazy. We're not talking two pullers one way with a wide receiver going to the right. It's just, some plays they'll have the receiver or the tight end come in and try to hit a three technique without looking. They call it the wham play. They got trap plays. They have just different variations of plays that I think teams run throughout the league.
Ben?
Bobby, in just 3 games, what has Carlos Dunlap unlocked for the defense? Maybe not just the front, the four-man rush, pass rush, but just the entire defense with just how he's been able to get after the quarterback.
I just think, you have a guy out there that everybody knows is a playmaker, and you got to be accountable for. You got to know where he's at. He has the ability to affect the play. Obviously, he has the ability to, get after the quarterback, but he's very, very smart. And so he picked up the defense really, really fast. And you watch him out there on the perimeter plays or effort plays, you could just see him kind of flying around all over the field. And so just having another playmaker out there definitely helps us, and we're grateful to have him.
And then just secondly, Ken Norton, was receiving a lot of, criticism earlier in the year, with the way you guys were playing and whatnot. Just what has your confidence level been in him, through the bad and, obviously the recent good, and then just what role has he played in kind of your guys' turnaround the last few games?
He's been extremely, we have a huge confidence in him. We believe in him. We don't necessarily listen to the noise because the noise is going to be the noise. It's noise every season, whether it's the offense, defense. It's always, you have to talk about something. You can't talk positively about everything. And obviously, we haven't played as well on defense, so they're going to try to figure out how to single one person out. But it's not really one person. It's a collective group. It's a defensive. Everybody that's part of the defense has a hand in that. So, you can't just pin it on one person.
Thanks.
Bob?
Hey, Bobby. Pro Football Focus this week has you rated as the #1 linebacker in the NFL. I know you may not care much about maybe their specific ranking, but do you feel like you're having one of your better years and that would be an accurate assessment of your season so far?
I'm grateful of it. I'm appreciative of it. I think the year's not done, so I can't say whether or not I'm having my best year or whatever, but I just feel like I'm going out there and try to play my best every game, and make as many plays as I possibly can. That's kind of been my focus, and not to really worry about what everybody else says or thinks.
Masvidal.
Hey, Bobby, going back on effective run defense, you guys have been successful in stopping the edge and setting the edge. How has the inside perimeter play helped that?
It's helped it a lot, but a lot of it is the edge. The guys like KJ or Benson or anybody out there, you setting firm edges and making sure the ball doesn't get out helps everybody on the inside because it doesn't extend the play. So it definitely starts with them, those guys setting firm edges and not allowing the ball to get out. It allows the guys inside to be disruptive and make plays. And so, I think the inside guys are doing a great job, but definitely those outside guys that are just setting the edge are the ones that should be commended.
Greg?
Bobby, what's different about scheme and blitz packages and things you're doing maybe that's unusual for how long you've been here?
I would say blitzing more. I think when I first got here, we weren't really a blitzing team. Even over the years, we weren't really a blitzing team. We've had so many different great pass rushers that a lot of the times, those guys didn't really want to blitz because they wanted to just, do their pass rush moves. So you allow them to do their pass rush moves. But, over time, we've just been blitzing more. So a lot of the blitzes that you've seen, we've had, we just haven't ran them. And so you're just seeing the blitzes that you're seeing is not something necessarily new that we're coming up with. It's just blitzes that we've had that we haven't necessarily run.
Art?
Bobby, in the playoff game in Philly in January, Carson Wentz got knocked out of the game, and they finished with Josh McCollum. You guys were up 17-9, but he was driving the ball, limping, 40 years old. What was going through your mind on that last drive in Philly that you finally stopped?
That we were going to win the game, that we weren't going to let somebody who was limping around 40 years old win the game for them. So, kind of be like, one of you guys coming down trying to win the game. So, so that was my thought process. If
give me a one-game contract.
Maybe one play contract.
Thanks.
Joe?
Bobby, was the impetus of the accountability meeting maybe a sense of guys were freelancing too much and not staying within their roles in the scheme?
No, I wouldn't say it was that. I would say it was more so just, I think sometimes it's good to hear the guys around you talk about their assignments, talk about what they have, because it lets you, trust the guys around you. Because I think the biggest thing, I think from all of this with coronavirus and everything is we haven't been able to really be around each other as much as we would normally have been in a normal season. So a lot of that camaraderie, a lot of that trust is built in the offseason, built in the OTAs, built in the training camp. And so that has been limited a lot, especially with a lot of the virtual meetings and things of that nature. So I think it was just important, Coach Norton felt it was important to have the guys that you're playing around, just listen to them speak the game and listen to them talk and let them know how much, you know the game and you know what you're doing.
All right, thank you, Bobby. Russell's
Appreciate
on his way.
it. Happy holidays, everybody. Eat good, try some spaghetti.
Happy Thanksgiving.